are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hold your power.
Decided to go into pre-law, then journalism, and with no academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction. You will fail at some point in your life, accept it. You will lose. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. You will embarrass yourself, you will suck at something. There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. I didn't quit. I prayed. I prayed. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break.
Hey family, how is everybody doing? I'm looking for something. There it is right there. Let me see. Okay, family, how's everybody doing? Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up as you come in the building. I want to share some things with you. I see everybody's done came up in the house. Share. We've got updates on the Braylen Noble case, you guys. You're going to have to go and find that information, but I'm going to tell you where it's at, and I'm going to tell you how to get there. Or I might be able to. I don't know. They didn't send it to me like they were supposed to. Anyway, I'm still doing a little bit of research because it just hit me at around about 4:40. So just bear with me a little bit. Hold on for 1 second. All right. Okay. So I guess it's a year later from Braylen Noble came up missing. A year from today's date, you guys. This is the date that Braylen Noble came up missing. It says, remembering Braylen Noble 1 year later, okay? So I don't know if you guys remember Braylen Noble. You know, the word Braylen is a Christian name. But anyway, they're supposed to have an update coming on Channel 13 on Braylen Noble. That's in the I think it's Philadelphia. area, Toledo, Ohio. Sorry, you guys. In the Toledo, Ohio case, police has launched an investigation into the Braylen Noble death September the 9th, after the 3-year-old came up missing at the apartment. Everybody remember? Please put put blue in the chat. That's his color, blue. And anyway, you know that they couldn't find, the autopsy came back inconclusive. They couldn't find nothing, but they don't know how the baby passed away or whatever happened. But Channel 13 in Toledo is going to put an update. I think they're ready to put charges on somebody on the baby's death. We don't know how the baby passed away or whatever, but I can only assume, because it's happening right now. If you're in the Toledo area, get in touch with somebody that's in the Toledo area, and we're going to try to get that, and we will be sharing that this weekend. Okay, yeah, the blue hearts, that's what it is. You guys remember. Okay, so I wanted you guys to know that coming in. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know who that was. Don Pride, thank you for the super chat. Don, thank you. There you is. Thank you very much for that super chat. All right. Thank you, Don Pride, for the super chat. As you guys come in the building, make sure you hit the share bell, share thumbs up. Come on in. We still got to talk about, I know it's a very gruesome case of the grandfather that took his grandchild out with the sledgehammer, you guys. Okay. The first case I started following the channel, Summer said. Yes, you did. You guys, we've got a couple of things I want to talk about, and we're going to get on off here. It is Friday. It is the beginning of the month. Everybody doing them. You know, they ain't worried about what's going on. And then when they done ran out of money and they're not running so much because it is the beginning of the month, they'll come on in, you guys. No worries. Don't worry. We're still going to follow cases of these children, and we're going to keep the awareness out there. That is where you guys come in. You have to come in. You have to be a part of the conversation. Sometimes you don't have to talk, but I want to share with you what's going on because thank you, TJ. TJ Coffee in the building. And Sugar Mama, I see you, Kendra Clark. Wait, where's the blunt force trauma? On the Braylen Noble case, whatever they're going to share it today. They're going to share it today on Channel 13 with the Braylen Noble case, you guys. I want to put that update out there because they said they're going to do it it's 5:00 our time. I don't know what time it is in Toledo, but that was 10 minutes ago. So if you need to run over there and find out what did Channel 13 say about the Braylen Noble case, as rumors come to me and I hear it, I will share with you guys that they are looking into either charging somebody or arresting somebody. But it is, I guess it's September the 9th, would be 1 full year that this baby has not only came up missing, but when they found him a week later, he was gone and thrown back in the pool. And everybody's okay with it. Everybody thinks it's great. Okay. I don't see it. I don't get it. I don't even understand it. I want to share with everybody what's going on with the other two cases. I know it's Friday, you guys. So I just don't want to spoil any of your weekends or anything, but we do have to, keep you informed about the things that's going on. Let me share my screen with you guys. I'm going to share the first screen with you where the mother is very upset. This is about the grandfather that was babysitting his own grandchildren, was going to take them to the school. Well, not school, take them school shopping for supplies the next day. He just got out of prison in May. So some of these information and facts you guys didn't know. So let me share it with you. He got out of prison in May. And so the grandmother has custody of her daughter's children. So she decided it was a good idea because the grandfather got out of prison and moved back to Milwaukee, okay, to go take care of his mother, where his mother needs a cane to walk. That's all I know is the grandmother needs a cane to walk. A lot of people was getting upset saying, SP, why are you so upset about this grandmother? And I was wondering, okay, we thought that the beating happened between an hour and a half. Come to find out, we do have a lot of the report, police report, not the news report, but the police report. It actually started at 3 a.m. in the morning and it stopped at 8 a.m. in the morning. That's 5 hours. The brother of the one that got taken out, because I don't like to say the word, killed. He said his great grandmother watched his grandfather take out his brother. 5 hours. You have to send me the link. You can't just send me where it is. You got to send me the link. If I don't have the link, I can't get to it. Because I'll be on here racing all day long. Y'all, come on, y'all. Y'all know how this works. Send me the link and we're going to share it with you guys in just a minute. Somebody's trying to get it to me, but they didn't share the link. If they don't share the link, I can't get it. They said channel 7. And if anybody got the link for the Braylen Noble, please send it over and we'll go get it real quick and we'll share it while we're on here. Okay. Anyway, let me share this before they can get us that information, because we're getting it as fast as giving it to you guys. Because I was kind of wondering why the grandmother went and did a revival or vigil, not a revival, I'm sorry, a vigil, and the mother wasn't there. And then I seen the mother did her own. Well, I realized something. She is very angry with her mother. She is very angry with their father. And she said she'll never forgive him. But I'm going to share my screen with you guys because we've been doing pretty good on sharing stuff. And here's the first video. It starts off, I beg you to stay away from my kids.
I warned you. I begged you to stay away from my kids. I will never, ever forgive you.
The mother of 12-year-old murder victim Andre Smith broke up as she spoke off camera to the boy's grandfather during his initial court appearance Thursday. Andres Martina is accused of beating his grandson Andre to death with a hammer Sunday in Milwaukee.
This is probably one of the worst cases I've ever seen.
Milwaukee County Assistant District Attorney Mallory Davis told the court part of what happened to Andre.
Was beaten for several hours with a number of instruments. And his brother was also struck several times. Not only that, but his brother witnessed his older brothers go through a much more severe beating and eventually succumb to his injuries.
The prosecutor said there were 2 eyewitnesses to the hammer killing, and Martina also admitted to what happened.
The defendant in this case did confess.
I'm trying to get back in there. I don't see it. I don't see it. It's taking forever. Oh. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, here we go.
Well, Andre, police confirm the
hold on.
bodies found were those of a boy and a girl. Both were in a state of decomposition and had visible trauma to their bodies, confirming what neighbors already suspected.
Okay, there's something going on.
I just cried. Okay. It's very heartbreaking.
A knock on the door at Tony Hyman's apartment Tuesday afternoon brought her devastating news.
The police came to my apartment and pretty much told me that 2 children were found unresponsive in the building next door. I literally just saw them. They just asked about my daughter when she was coming back, and they seemed fine.
Tony says her 9-year-old daughter plays with the boy and girl who are around the same age. She says they lived in the apartment on Coventry Road with their mother.
Very friendly, very respectful. You know, they, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, may I, can I? You know, they're very respectful. She definitely raised 2 very calm, respectable children. They play in the grass. And
I don't know if you guys can hear that.
My daughter thinks they're just fun to be around.
Police confirmed 2 people were found deceased in a home in the building, but have not released their ages or genders. Homicide detectives were on the scene into the evening Tuesday.
It's really troublesome to know that something is going on like that. I mean, we don't get this kind of drama in this neighborhood.
Let me see.
Neighbors say this Southwest Baltimore neighborhood is usually quiet and safe, but they watched the crime scene tape roll down and knew something bad had happened.
Everything will be uncovered.
Accused of beating to death.
Somebody will get some answers to this. I wouldn't want to see anybody's family go through this at all. No one's family.
Neighbors and friends wait for answers as well as police continue their investigation into what happened inside that apartment.
And it's easy to dismiss it when you don't know these people, but when you actually know these children, you spend time with these children, it's very heartbreaking. It's very shocking.
I just feel sorry. My heart goes out to whoever it is, you know. So we just keep them lifted up in prayer. That's all we can do.
The medical examiner is working to determine the exact cause of death while homicide detectives are investigating. Reporting live at police headquarters tonight, Kim Day, CWBAL, TV 11 News.
They just did what they wanted to do. They just did what they wanted to do. They took the one I wanted out and they put whatever in. What's going on in the mad world? Yes, they put whatever they wanted in there. So I've gotten report that they ruled his death undetermined, you guys. It was doing everything else I did not want it to do. It didn't show anything. I'm trying to do it again. I don't know what just happened there. A woman arrested for allegedly destroying Braylen Noble. Okay, I know about that. That ain't not something I need. Okay. I wanted you guys to see that and it didn't pop up. Okay, let me go get it real quick. Let me go get it. Not put you guys in the dark. Let me go get it because I didn't really get to see that yet. And I really want to see it. And, you know, let me put his picture up there while I go get it. You guys hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys. I found it again. And then somebody just sent me, thank you, family. just sent me the one. But let me focus on this one real quick because I want to see this. Let me share it. I'll put share there. Put share.
I warned you. I begged you to stay away from my kids. I will never, ever forgive you.
The mother of 12-year-old murder victim Andre Smith broke up as she spoke off camera to the boy's grandfather during his initial court appearance Thursday. Andres Martina is accused of beating his grandson Andre to death with a hammer Sunday in Milwaukee.
This is probably one of the worst cases I've ever seen.
Milwaukee County Assistant District Attorney Mallory Davis told the court part of what happened to Andre.
Was beaten for several hours with a number of instruments, and his brother was also struck several times. Not only that, but his brother witnessed his older brother go through a much more severe beating and eventually succumb to his injuries.
The prosecutor said there were 2 eyewitnesses to the hammer killing, and Martina also admitted to what happened.
The defendant in this case did confess and also indicated during his confession that he knew what he was going to do while he did it.
Andre didn't deserve what you did to him. He didn't either. And I hope you and your mama suffer. And I hope wherever you go, they do to you what you did to my baby. I hate you.
Long before Martina was accused of beating his grandson to death with a hammer at this home on North 46th Street near Hampton, he pleaded guilty to second-degree homicide for another killing. Prosecutors say if he's convicted of all charges, he could be sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 35 years. In Milwaukee, Terry Sater, WISN 12 News.
Martina is being held on $750,000 bail. The Wisconsin Department of Children and Families cannot comment on a specific case, but under state law, there will be a review of whether more could have been done to protect Andre prior to his death.
Right now, the man accused of beating to death his 12-year-old grandson made his first court appearance today. Uba Ali listened to the emotional hearing where the victim's mother lashed out at the suspect, her own father.
Hey, dude. I warned you. I begged you to stay away from my kids.
That's the voice of Nikita Martina, the mother of 12-year-old Andre Smith Jr. Police say he was killed over the weekend at the hands of his grandfather, Andres Martina.
I will never, ever forgive you or Alicia for what y'all put my baby through.
According to a criminal complaint, Andre Smith Jr. died at Children's Hospital due to severe blunt force traumatic injuries to the head.
Andre didn't deserve what you did to him. Ashley didn't either. And I hope you and your mama suffer. And I hope wherever you go, they do to you what you did to my baby.
During the virtual court appearance, the assistant district attorney called this case the worst she's ever seen. According to court records, the victim and his brother were at a sleepover at their grandfather's house when the grandfather accused Andre of stealing money. Police say he then beat both boys for hours, killing Andre. Martina is facing 5 charges and if convicted would face 2 life sentences plus 35 years. He's being held on $750,000 cash bail, GPS monitoring, and 24-hour curfew with no exception. We spoke with Nikita, Andre's mother, on the phone after the court appearance. She told us it's been a difficult day and the worst days of her life. However, she could not speak with us further until speaking with her lawyer. Reporting in Milwaukee, Uba Ali, TMJ4 News.
Wow. So this young lady's not only mad at Andre, the grandfather, because the little boy was named Andre II. So I'm assuming that the little boy is named after the grandfather. I'm just assuming that. I don't know. Is the grandmother his mother or his wife? Okay, TJ, there's a grandmother and then there's a great grandmother. The grandmother, here's the thing. If you wasn't here yesterday, here's the thing. What happened was Aisha is the grandmother, the maternal grandmother. Aisha's daughter lost custody of her kids, and her mother, Aisha, I guess that's what they call her, Aisha, got custody of her kids. I don't know how long she's had custody of her kids, but she got custody of her kids. Her son, Andre the Second, got hit by a car July the 12th. No one didn't notify the mother. No one didn't tell her. She's in Georgia. So her father, the mother, father gets out of prison and in May of this year, and he moves back to Milwaukee out of Indiana. He moves to Milwaukee to stay with his mother, to take care of his mother. So for some unknown reason, Aisha, the maternal grandmother that has custody of the two kids, there's more kids than just those two. I want everybody to know it's more than just those two. But those two kids thought it was a good idea because the grandfather wanted to connect. He talked to them before. He's told them before, if you mess up in school, you get caught cheating, you get caught stealing, he was going to kill them. The maternal grandmother thought it was a good idea to tell him, Andre the Second, the baby, he's 12 years old, has a problem stealing. So he decided, well, can they come over, spend the night? I'll take them school shopping for some school supply. They went over there Saturday night. Sunday morning, about 3 o'clock in the morning, he checks his wallet. Money is missing. He wakes up the boys. They don't know. They empty out their pockets. He can't find the money. He starts beating them with a mallet, coat rack, belt, sledgehammer, a cane, and there was one other thing. And then the grandmother wakes up his mother. So the great grandmother, she's disabled, but she walks with a cane. A cane. She got to be older, maybe about 70, maybe 80, because he's 53. So she's got to be probably somewhere in her 20s. Probably 73 or something like that would make her 20 when she had him. She wakes up. He's beating the child in the head with a mallet and a sledgehammer. She says to him, "You're killing him." You know what he says? He says, "I'm not killing him. I'm just bopping his ass." But he's beating the child with a sledgehammer. He's kicking him. He's stomping on him. The child tries to run. He says, "The money's outside." And he was like, "Go get it." So he runs outside and he's like, "I'm not having it. You're just trying to get away." So he chases the child out the door and drags him back in the house. The child gets away again and locks himself in the bathroom. His white meat's already showing in his in his head. What do his grandfather do? He picks the lock while his mother sits there on the couch. This all started at 3 a.m. in the morning and it lasted till 5. I've read the police report. I know everybody thought, like I thought, when they reported it was an hour and a half. No, it lasted from 3 a.m. till 8 a.m. in the morning. He takes the kid, he picks the kid up and runs the kid. The kid is 12 years old, runs the kid's head into the wall, leaving a big hole in the bathroom wall. He takes the kid, picks the kid up, and yeah, that's what I said. They said, I'm pretty sure there's going to be other charges. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be other charges because the other kid said only thing his grandmother did was sit there and watched him do this. I mean, where was your son who was helping you when he was in prison? He just got out of prison. So I don't know why his mother could not help. Everybody's like, I don't blame her. No, you know what I do? I don't know. When somebody flips out or whatever, yeah, we can look down the road. But where's the immediate help that somebody was there? And you sit there, you walk with a cane. You ain't nothing wrong with your hands. You can't call 911 or whatever. I don't know. She sat there and she just watched. That's what the kid said. She just watched. Anyway, he picks the door of the bathroom, and Tanya said she needs to be in jail too. Yes. And I don't know why she let her son do this to somebody else's child. I mean, I don't care if it is your kid. You know, somebody should have done you like that. I mean, no, I don't think somebody should have done him like that. I just don't. Let me stop. I just don't think that him being around children, he knew. So I don't know why the grandmother gave him this child. She did not know him. He's been in prison for killing somebody before. In 1989, he went to prison. He's been in prison, 32, 31 years. Bopping. That's what they said, bopping. I downloaded the report. I was going to share with you guys, but I see everything in my computer is messing up. I don't know if I even have it. I just kind of wanted to crawl underneath the rock. I couldn't even, but I wanted you guys to see that. I knew that was something going on with the daughter and the mother, and the other child is still back with the maternal mother. We seen that, and the sister, and they really all can't speak about it. She says, it's sad. It's just sad. Pawpaw, what? She could have hobbled out that house on that cane and got help. He probably took the cane from her. Thank you for becoming a member, Crystal Powers. She's a member again. Thank you, Crystal, for updating your membership. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I know you never know what's going on, but you do know. So let me see if I can find, it says download. So let me see. I downloaded the criminal complaint, Martinez, Andre. Oh, okay. There it is right there. Let me get it. Let me see, you guys. Okay, here it is right here. Let me take my screen off. I'll try to read as much as I can read, but I'm not going to read because it is 6 pages. Let me increase it, and I can give you guys all. This is the whole report right here. Okay. So a lot of it, it started on Sunday around about August the 29th. It tells you the address, 4630 North 46th Street in Milwaukee, city of Milwaukee, Milwaukee County, Wisconsin, did cause of the death. Okay. They're going to name this boy ARS. So whenever I say ARS, we're talking about Andre. I don't know what his middle name is, but that's who the other child is ANS or something like that. But Andre the second that got beat like that is ARS. Okay. So the defendant made fire. Let me see where it gets really crazy. So you guys, I just won't take up your time. The complainant is, really it's Andre's. Okay, I'll read his deposition to you. Oh, it goes back. Let me go back. Okay, here it is right here. I'll just read his. And he's born in 1968. So it says the above named defendant on or before or about Sunday, August 29th. It tells you his date, time, and all this other stuff. It says upon conviction for his offense, D felony, the defendant may be fined no more than $100,000. The complaint is supported by this written report. Okay. At 9:35 a.m. on August the 29th, the police department responded to a children's hospital of Wisconsin to investigate a child abuse complaint. Upon arrival on the scene, officers, they say the officer's name, observed the child, later identified as ARS. Okay, his date of birth, he was born in July 2009. His head was wrapped in white gauze that was soaked through with blood. There was a large gash underneath ARS' right eye. ARS was unresponsive upon being admitted in the ER. Medical staff worked to save ARS. He sustained several blunt force trauma injuries to the head despite the best efforts of medical providers. At 10:15 a.m., he was pronounced deceased. At 9:59, the police responded to Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, who provided the following information. Oh, they interviewed of Anthony Anderson. Anthony Anderson is, let me explain to you. Anthony Anderson is the boyfriend of the sister. So the sister, the mama, when she got the call, she got a text from this monster, and he texted her and said, Andre was caught stealing some money out of my wallet. She says, where is Andre? She texts him back and said, where's Andre? He texted her and said, he's bleeding. So she, the grandmother, the maternal grandmother, wakes up her other daughter, not the baby's mama, but her sister, her daughter and her boyfriend, and says, go check on the kids. Okay. She didn't even get up. Grandmother didn't get up. She sent her daughters to go check on them. Okay. So the boyfriend of her sister's boyfriend, his name is Anthony Anderson, who provided the following information to the police. So Anthony Anderson has been dating Naya, who lives with her mother, Aisha McCroy. Aisha is the grandmother and the legal guardians of ARS and ATS. They call the brother ATS, okay, you guys? So they say Aisha allowed ARS and ATS to sleep over at Andrea's house. That's the monster. We'll just call him AM. And AM is the grandfather of ARS and ATS. So on August the 29th, Naya's mother, Aisha McCoy, woke up Naya and Anthony. Aisha was frantic, telling Naya that Naya needed to go and get ARS and ATS immediately. Anthony and Naya drove to the defendants, the monsters' residence. Upon arriving at the above address, Naya knocked on the door. ATS, that's the baby's brother, the 8-year-old, he opens the door and immediately ran out to the car. Naya walked into the house looking for ARS. That aunt went looking for him. Anthony Anderson observed the defendant come to the front door, following by Naya yelling, "Oh my God, you are going to jail for this." Naya ran to the car and instructed Anthony to go inside the residence. As Anthony walked inside, he observed the defendant dragging ARS' body from the bathroom into the kitchen. There was a large amount of blood and what appeared to be brain matter on the kitchen floor and the walls. The defendant's entire body was covered in blood. ARS appeared unconscious. ARS's head looked ripped open with the skull exposed. Anthony took his shirt off and wrapped it around ARS's head. Anthony carried ARS out to his car and then rushed ARS to St. Joseph Hospital, Once at the hospital, the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, he was immediately admitted to the emergency department, stabilized, and then transferred to Children's Hospital. Due to the severity of ARS's condition, ATS was also admitted to St. Joseph Hospital. The City of Milwaukee Police Department interview of Aisha. This is Aisha's interview, you guys. Okay? The legal guardian of ARS and ATS, Aisha McCroy, confirmed that the defendant asked that ARS and ATS sleep over at his house. During the evening of August the 28th, ARS and ATS were in good health prior to going with the defendant. At 8:24 a.m. on August the 29th, 2021, the defendant sent Aisha a text message accusing ARS of stealing the defendant's money. Aisha asked when ARS was, to which the defendant responded, "He's bleeding." Aisha McCoy panicked and woke up the daughter, Naya, and her boyfriend to go to the defendant's residence and check on ARS and ATS. On August 29th, then it just tells you. Now, the defendant, they conducted an interview of Cassandra Martina. Cassandra is the great-grandmother, the monster's mother. So Cassandra is the great-grandmother. Okay, you guys? So this is the interview of Cassandra Martina, the great-grandmother. The great-grandmother of ARS and ATS. Cassandra lives with the defendant. It tells the address. On August the 28th, the defendant had ARS and ATS sleep over at the residence. Sometimes during the morning hour of August the 29th, Cassandra was awakened by the defendant yelling at ARS. Cassandra looked up and saw the defendant striking ARS with a hammer all over ARS's body, including the head and back. The defendant put the hammer down and used Cassandra's wood cane to strike ARS repeatedly. ARS fled the room and went into the kitchen. The defendant followed ARS into the kitchen and continued to repeatedly strike ARS. Though Cassandra could not see past the living room into the other rooms of the residence, Cassandra could hear the defendant continue to beat ARS. Cassandra believed the defendant beat ARS for an hour to an hour and a half. It should be noted that the great-grandmother is disabled, making it difficult for her to intervene. Oh, Lord. Okay. A search of the residence was done. There was located 27.8 grams of marijuana, clear bag, a baggie 32 suspected methamphetamine pills were located in a second clear bag bedroom. A glass of suspected marijuana was located in the bedroom nightstand. They recovered suspected marijuana in a jar weighing 5.6 grams. Police did check positive results for the presence of THC. Suspected methamphetamine pills used as a NOR2 tested positive. Then they're telling about the transfer. Let me see here. Okay. Andre. Okay, hold on. Okay, I want to share this with you guys, and then I just want you guys to know all the details. Okay, so let me start reading right here, because this is where it gets kind of crazy. Okay, Where do I start? Okay, City of Milwaukee police officer, hospital where she was briefed and by one of the original respondent officers at 9:02 a.m. discussing officers dispatched to the hospital where ARS was and ATS was. Admitted ARS in the severe condition and was transferred to Children's Hospital. ATS was treated by a physician, Teresa Johnson, for a laceration to the top of the head and a fractured finger. ATS had bruises to his body consistent with the child physical abuse. After being discharged from St. Joseph, ATS was transported to Children's Hospital of Wisconsin with the family. After being briefed, the officer minimal facts interviewed ATS. ATS disclosed that his grandmother, this is the child, this is the 8-year-old child's interview, you guys. Remember we were talking about, and I can't see the live, so if you're seeing something and I don't see what you're seeing, you guys, please forgive me because I can't see the chat right now. I don't know what's going on with everything. So this is the 8-year-old's interview. They take these kids' interview into consideration. So I want to read this because I want everybody to be aware of what a child say and things of that nature. So this is the interview. ATS disclosed that his grandfather, the defendant, was angry about missing money and beat ARS and ATS. Based on the discussion, Officer Clauser, a trained forensics interviewer, set up a forensic interview of ATS at the Child Protection Center. Okay? Now remember, in other cases, they set up interviews in child protective centers. The case we just went over, the Cash Gurnan case, there was an interview done at the Child Protective Center. I'm just letting you guys know because it was. Okay, I don't know the details of it, but it was an interview done. Center, they conducted a video recorded forensics interview at ATS. During the forensics interview, ATS demonstrated and understand of the difference between a truth and a lie. And there are negative consequences to telling a lie and to the importance of telling the truth. ATS promised to tell the truth. Okay. ATS disclosed that on the above day, at the above location, at ATS's grandfather's, the above defendant was missing money and became upset. The defendant woke up ARS and ATS to look for the money. When the defendant could not find the money, the defendant became even more upset. The defendant started to strike ALS and ATS in the head with a mallet, a sledgehammer, and a coat rack. The defendant picked ARS up, choked ARS with a belt, and then threw ARS into the wall, causing ARS to bleed a lot. The defendant took a cane and began to strike ATS and ARS in the head with the cane. This is the 8-year-old's interview. According to ATS, his great-grandmother was sitting on the couch and saw everything. She did not move. The defendant struck ARS with the mallet to every part of AR's body. ARS was bleeding on the ground from the defendant's action. When the defendant stomped on ARS's stomach, the defendant also used a sledgehammer to strike ARS. ATS, after beating ARS increasingly, the defendant carried ARS's body into the bathroom and attempted to rinse the blood off in the shower. ARS' body would not stop bleeding. ATS confirmed that he and ARS just went over to the defendant's residence yesterday to sleep over, and that all of the above events happened at the defendant's residence, the above listed address. There's another part in there that you guys haven't heard yet. So let me try to get to it. Oh. Okay, so let me see who they conducted. They conducted an interview for a Jemiah Jacks. So on August the 30th, a police detective and Jeremiah Jacks concluded in a custody interview of the defendant, during which the defendant made the following admissions against the defendant's interests. This is now going to be Andre, the grandfather's admission. Are you guys ready? Put a 1 in the chat so I can see that you guys are following this. I just want to share this with you, and we're going to get off of here, you guys. This is just terrible. Now, you guys want to hear what he says. He didn't have to say anything, but he chose to speak. So we don't have to wonder what he said. All right. Thank you, VH, Marcia, Barbara Salisbury. That's all I see. All right. Because if this is too gruesome, you guys, just leave. Just because I understand it's, I just wanted to share it with you guys because you may not see it. Uh-oh. Got a little earthquake going on. Let me see. Where did he start talking? Okay, that's, he sees his grandfather. Okay. The defendant made the following admissions against the defendant's interest. So they told him, you probably want an attorney or don't speak. They read him his rights. That's what it said. Basically what they're telling him, they read him his rights, and this is what he said. In May of 2021, the defendant returned to Milwaukee area from Indiana, where the defendant was taking care of his mother. Upon returning to Milwaukee, the defendant wanted to reconnect with his grandchildren. The defendant learned that ARS, listen, the defendant learned that ARS had a problem stealing. The defendant recalled telling his grandchildren in the past, if you lie, if you mess up in school, if you steal, I'm going to kill you. During the evening of August the 28th, the defendant confirmed picking up ARS and ATS and bringing them back to the residence. The defendant intended to take ARS and ATS shopping for school supply the next day. At 3 a.m. on August the 29th, the defendant woke up to use the bathroom. The defendant noticed that his wallet was open and money was missing. The defendant walked into the living room and confronted ARS, accusing ARS of taking the defendant's money. ARS turned his pockets inside out to show the defendant ARS did not take his money. The defendant smacked ARS repeatedly, demanding that ARS get the defendant's money. In response, ARS went into a cousin's bedroom to retrieve the money, When ARS came out of the room without the money, the defendant started striking ARS again. The defendant recalled, "I'm not killing him. I'm just bopping his ASS." Bopping. BOPPING. The defendant told ARS, "Okay, you want to play?" and grabbed 2 belts and looped the belts together. The defendant attempted to hit ARS with the belt, but ARS grabbed the belts, causing the defendant to get angrier. The defendant grabbed his mother's wood cane and began to beat ARS with the cane. As the defendant beat ARS with the cane, ARS claimed the money was outside. ARS ran outside, followed by the defendant, who chased ARS down and dragged ARS back into the house. At that point, the defendant said that ARS knew the defendant was going to kill his ASS. The defendant caught what he said to the detectives and then changed it to, "He knew I was going to beat his ASS." The defendant claimed to not know what else to do in order to get his money back. The defendant slapped ARS around, struck ARS with a belt, and beat ARS with a cane. ARS ran into the bathroom and looked himself and I'm sorry, you guys. It's really small. Locked himself inside in an attempt to protect himself from the defendant. The defendant picked the lock open and lost it on ARS. The defendant recalled shoving ARS with enough force that ARS' head left a large hole in the wall. The defendant flashed forward in time to when the defendant stopped beating ARS. The defendant recalled seeing a large amount of blood on ARS and putting ARS' body into the bathtub to wash away the blood. Though the defendant did not recall using a sledgehammer to strike ARS, he was told by his mother that he did. The defendant admitted to losing control, claiming that he will have to deal with this SHIT for the rest of my life. During the interview, the defendant admitted to killing a boy in 1989 and said he wanted to talk with police. As the defendant has nothing to hide, the defendant believed the entire incident lasted from 3:00 a.m. until 8 a.m. in the morning. Let me read this last little part to you guys. Defendant Keller and Jack asked the defendant whether the defendant knew that ARS needed medical care at one point during the above incident. The defendant confirmed knowing that ARS needed emergency medical treatment when the defendant put ARS in the tub. ARS kept wanting to go to sleep, and there was a large flap of skin coming off of ARS's head. The defendant kept ARS awake and washed as much blood away as possible, but did not seek medical care. The defendant admitted to also striking ATS during the above incident, causing ATS to have a broken finger and the bruisings to ATS's body. Finally, the defendant confirmed that firearm located in the above residence, a black and silver .32 caliber Cobra, belonged to the defendant, and that the defendant is a convicted felon and cannot possess firearms. That is the whole report in a nutshell, as quick as I can share it with you guys. I'm telling you guys, I always want to share when the parents are speaking out. I was wondering why they had two vigils. Now I understand. Mother had a vigil, and then the biological mother had a vigil, and then the maternal, her mother, had a vigil for the boy also. I know that's a lot, you guys. I know it is, and I wanted you guys to know the details, because I'm some people were upset with the maternal grandmother. Some people were upset with the great grandmother, and I was just frustrated with everybody, to be honest. I don't know why this grandmother talked to him about what was going on in this boy's life, and probably gave him, hey, little Andre steals, he's a big stealer. He steals this, he steals that. And this man, she haven't seen him in 32 years. He done already killed one person. And I don't know if he probably gave her money before. Let me just spend some time with my grandkids or whatever. She's smiling. Oh, Andre out of jail. I'm here by myself, got these kids and everything. He gonna put y'all right in y'all grandfather. Them kids didn't know him. And then the daughter said, I did not want you around my kids. There's a reason for that. She probably knew he cray or something. She already knew. He talking crazy, never met the kids, because he's been in prison since 1989. Those kids were born while he was in prison. So he's never spent a day with them physically. Why would this grandmother hand him these kids? Just because you laid up and had a child with him don't mean everybody, And he been gone the whole entire time of this girl's life. She don't even know her father. I wouldn't even put her with him. You know what I'm saying? He's been in prison 32 years. I don't get it. Some people's like, I know what they're thinking. The grandmother's wrong, because you get all beside yourself. You hear somebody then just got out of jail. That's not the same person that you knew before. They institutionalize. They don't come out thinking the same. You don't know what they had endured in there. You didn't go spend the night with him. What you should have did, grandmothers, what you should have did is take your butt over there and spend the night with Cray Cray. Don't send the kids. You got to know the person and be around them kids while they're around him. I don't care if it's your brother. I don't care if it's their father. If you didn't get your butt up and go over there, and then the daughter says, I didn't want him around my kids. Why would the grandmother be like, they're your kids, but I think they should get to know their grandfather. I know what's best or whatever. I'm just saying, I don't know why the mother was in Georgia and the kids is in Milwaukee. I don't know how you was going to get your kids back, but I mean, sometimes you got to get away from your situation so that you can get yourself together. I get that. I understand that. Sometimes your playground, you playing too much in Milwaukee, move around, go get yourself right. But I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. Anyway, I know you guys say this is a really crazy thing, and it is. I wanted you to know the facts and the details, And hey, this is SP. Hello, there's a backlash. Yes. Hey, Clarissa, how you doing?
I'm fine. Am I blocked or something? Because I can't see the chat or can't comment or anything.
Well, evidently you're not blocked, Clarissa, because you can't see the chat. Okay. Okay, it's something wrong with your computer because blocking don't make it where you can't see the chat. When a person blocked, they can still see the chat. They just can't comment. They can see the chat, they can hear the chat, they can hear the live and everything. Yeah. It's something wrong with your computer. You're not blocked. I just got through checking a lot of people. A lot of people just having problems. YouTube's got something going on.
Really?
Yeah, because one lady called me. She was like, I'm blocked. And she was like, I'm a member. I've been subscribed to your channel. I've been around for the last year. I'm blocked. Why am I blocked? I said, what's your name? Looked up her name. I said, you're not blocked.
Will you look mine up?
Okay, spell your name. Okay, spell your name. I mean, spell whatever screen name you go by.
I go by Clarissa Pope. C-L-A-R.
Girl, you ain't blocked. Clarissa Pope? No, you ain't blocked. Why would you, girl? No, you ain't blocked. You family. Let me see. Let me go in here real quick and look for you before I get off here because I don't want to tell you no lie. But I know good and well you ain't blocked. You family. When you said Poke, I know who you are now. Okay. Yeah. No, you ain't blocked. Let me see here though. Let me go in here because we can see. But I can guarantee you probably ain't.
I don't know what's wrong there.
You might want to shut everything down, turn everything off, and turn everything back on. But let me go through this real quick, okay? A lot of people thinking they blocked, but girl, you ain't no block going on. Okay. I'ma just look for your last name. Because you're the only one got that name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me look. There's a Polite in there blocked. Prater. I'm just looking for the P's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what's wrong? I can't see nobody chatting or nothing.
Hold on, that's half of them right there. That's something going on with your computer. You done did something. You done downloaded something and you can't see everything. I'm looking right here. Okay, it's only but
I'm on my tablet. It's my Android tablet.
Yeah. Girl, you're not blocked. I'm telling you, you're not blocked. Okay. Mm-hmm. Perry. Perry. I don't usually do this, but I'm doing it. Perina. Perine. Perez. Okay, Perez. Perry, P-A-R-A. Puddin. I don't know. Nobody is a Puddin. And Donkey. Okay. Why you think you blocked? Oh, Philly. There's a Philly being blocked. Okay. No, you're not blocked. You're not blocked.
Well, what else could it be?
It's like I said, if you can't even see the chat, then it's not that you're blocked. It's something with your computer or something. She probably needs to update or change. Yeah, did you update? Did you update your app, your YouTube app?
Well, it does that on its own.
What?
It does that by itself.
No, you gotta update some stuff. When they update stuff, you gotta update stuff.
Okay, well, try that.
Did you understand my cabinet? Yeah. Try that. Call me later on and we'll just try to work it out or something. Try to figure out what you need to do. If people give me feedback what you can do, then I can probably walk you through it or something. But yeah, that's the best thing to do. Sometimes you got to turn everything off, completely off. Sometimes if it's got a battery, take the battery out, put it back in there. But most of the time, you do got to update. Okay. She may need to delete her history. Like you might got too much stuff. You know that's why things don't work properly. Like sometimes when I can't do videos and stuff, I got to delete a lot of stuff because I got too much. And so some of my apps don't work the way they're supposed to. Like just right a minute ago, I was trying to get one video and another video came up. And so I'm going to have to wait and then, delete some things and update my app, turn it off, turn it back on. That sometimes help too. Okay, but no, you're not blocked. There's no way you're gonna be blocked.
Okay then.
All right,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, you guys. Somebody sent me a link here. I will share it if it comes up real quick. Because some people is like, I want to know what they said on the Braylen Noble case. Everybody wanted everybody shut up about Braylen Noble, and then they shut up about Braylen Noble. Now they like, why ain't nobody talking about Braylen Noble? Well, y'all thought y'all was gonna be able to handle it. Trying to get y'all some inside information. Let me see here. And was getting it, but everybody just wanted to. Oh, okay, I see that. The mother was charged. Okay, I got you. Maybe that's something else. Oh, here it is right here. Oh my God. I'm smelling that ribs, y'all. I gotta go. Anyway, you guys, we're gonna talk some more 6 months. So, okay, this is what it said. The Toledo Police Department launched an investigation into the death of Braylen Noble on September the 9th after the 3-year-old body was found in his apartment complex swimming pool. The child, who was nonverbal and had autism, was reported missing from the 3400 block of Hunter's Ridge apartment. His disappearance triggered a massive search, even enforcement and FBI. Now, 6 months later, with no updates from officials on the investigation, community members say they won't stop fighting for answers. And we're not stopped. We're still hanging in there. Searchers and divers the same day Braylen went missing, but nearly a week later, police found him floating face down in the murky water doing another search in the area. Members of the community placed multiple balloons, candles, signs, stuffed animals along the perimeter of the pool to pay their respects. As of Tuesday, March the 9th, only one small stuffed animal remains near the pool, as well as a scribbled message on a no trespassing sign. One of the many of the volunteers for the boy, 4 days until police found him on the 5th day, we were hoping to bring baby Braylen home. Initial details of the autopsy of Braylen by the county coroner's office found no obvious signs of trauma on his body and said drowning has not yet been ruled out as a cause of death. Multiple calls to the coroner performing Braylen's autopsy has gone unanswered. Braylen's mother, Dejanay Cox, had Channel 11 that Braylen was last seen in his bedroom. She was on the back balcony, and her mother, Braylen's grandmother, Bobby, was in the living room. There was a window open, so they assumed was he had fallen out of the window because the screen was pushed in, although neither women saw him actually fall. Okay, who is the mother herself says not having answered has been frustrating. This baby needs to have justice and closure so he'll be able to rest. Jeffrey Holloway, Braylen's grandfather, told Channel 11 cameras that he's growing uncomfortable because he wants answers too. Requests for an interview with him or his family went unanswered. The property manager of Hunter's Ridge Apartment said they'll be getting surveillance cameras placed all throughout the property for security purposes. Hopefully by this summer. The Braylen Noble death investigation was partly the reason why they decided to invest in cameras. That's all, you guys. I know that's not what you wanted to hear. When I heard there was going to be an update, I thought it was going to be something, but it wasn't, okay? All right, you guys, I'll see you guys later. I'm finna get out of here. Thank you for the super chat. Everybody, thank you for coming in. Make sure you show up Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 5 p.m. Central Time. We will be doing this. And I think Monday, I want you guys to come in and just come up on the panel, you guys. So be ready to have these conversations. We're going to talk about it, all right? We need to let a little bit more information before we start analyzing people and things of that nature, because we can be way off focus and other things. But I do want to talk to a couple of people. Hopefully you guys will come up on the panel and talk to me. I'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend. Bye.